Alright, so unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard that patch 3.6 is going to be another big one. So we're going to be recapping everything that's going to be coming to us in the patch. We'll be using the normal livestream recap format, we'll take a small peek at some story and themes from the patch, then the details on the upcoming characters releasing, their kit, banners, etc., followed by the events and quality of life features. Now let's get going. Now, we aren't going to be doing any crazy spoilers for anyone who hasn't finished patch 3.5's story, but within some of the mystery of that story, it revolved around a certain fox lady, and the story will be a continuation of main story themes, so naturally, if there's a waifu that hasn't been pulled yet, Rofer will seek them out, and Shorekeeper will be watching awkwardly from a distance. But yes, we'll be on the hunt for a certain fox lady named Sin that makes me want to commit sins, and we'll be searching for clues at the Fogville Pagoda and whatnot. We'll be seeing Jingran as well as exchanging information with them, and we'll get some one-on-one time with Qingxiao. Native speakers, am I saying that right? I know I joke around about the names sometimes. I'm actually trying to learn the name on this one because I'm trying to earn brownie points with her, if you know what I'm saying, But anyways, she'll be a big part of the story as well. We'll be flying around on swords with her, like in the Disney movie Aladdin, only cooler because sword rides are cooler than carpet rides, and it looks like we're getting a new boss fight, so this looks like a good old time. No, seriously, Shorekeeper's probably pissed about all this, but girl, I'm with you, you know what I mean? I'd be pissed too. And I'm the main character, I literally did that, you know what I mean? She's mad at me, but she's valid, you know what I'm saying? But you want to know who's more mad? Cardothea, for sure. Cardothea probably chilling with Shorekeeper, watching all the monitors, you know what I mean? Like, who's this whore, you know what I mean? Who's this next most pushed Animo unit, Mrs. Steal Your Man? But anyways, it looks like we're gonna meet God for like a second there on these huge flying cloud shuttles that fly through the sky, and they're like literally flying cities. Not gonna lie, as far as a region setting is concerned, flying city is pretty cool, so I gotta give him that. Real quick though, I can't go another second without pointing out this dude's drip, the dev from the live stream. Bro's flexing on them hoes for real. Like seriously, look at the hair, look at this hair. Okay, this is like 3 different colors, and the Threads dog has, dude, he has on like this casual, like half luxury thing going on, and the clothes are like super oversized. They look like they could fit me, and I'm like twice this dude's height, bro. I'm all about this, okay? The shoes are hard to see, but they're mogging too, for real. Honestly, I feel bad for this dude sitting next to him, and he looks great too, but my guy over here just kind of ulted the moment he walked into the studio. But moving on, the story is split into 2 parts as usual, the part with the Gooner Bait Body Type 2 in the first half of the patch, and the part with the Gooner Bait Body Type 1 in the second half. If you don't get the joke, you probably don't play a lot of RPGs. But no matter what you're into, we all get free motorbike liveries. They're called the Cloud Voyage and JD the Mightiest Auto Puppet, respectively. You just have to complete the main story in order to get them. You'll also get a 7-string musical instrument that I'm not going to try to pronounce out of respect because I feel like I'm going to say a slur or something like that by accident, but you can actually use this as a musical instrument. These are cool quality of life features, but sure, maybe not everyone will enjoy them, but I'm sure a lot of goofballs are going to make like orchestral recreations of Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata with this thing, and frankly, I think that's pretty cool. As with any new area, we're getting new enemies. This means new echoes. This shouldn't come as a surprise. This always happens. Now for the characters. We'll go in order of release. Qingxiao is an Animo user whose backstory I will spare you because you will hear about it in the game, and I'll let the devs tell it since they definitely spent a lot of time glazing the crap out of her. She's the pushed unit of the patch, the Shining Spectacle. Sorry, Jingran, it's not your fault. Yet another male stuck between 2 mountains. But yeah, if you don't have the Cardothea Premier team, you probably want to get the Qing team. I'm serious about this, okay? She's part of the new Premier Animo squad. And to be honest, even if you have a Cartwheel team, unless you vertical invested with it, Qing might still be a good pickup. We can pretend like characters don't usually suffer from power creep, but it happens to even the strongest units over time. If you're all about meta, get her. If you're waifu over meta, then you know what to do. But it's up to your skill and comfort level what you actually want to do, so make your own educated decision. And it's very, very tempting, okay? She can literally fly on swords, okay? That's busted, not gonna lie, in combat and out of combat, okay? She can hit you with the swords on the ground and the swords in the air, okay? She also has multiple weapons, technically, with different forte gauges, right? She'll be riding around on swords, and then while doing that, she can enter the sword step state, okay? Performing a barrel roll and gaining a short speed boost, because just flying by itself wasn't good enough here, okay? Once she has both forte gauges full, she can perform a special skill and get on her swords, because of course she does, entering the Transcendence state. state. In this state, she wields powerful swords to overpower her enemies, which is what she was already doing before, but it looks cooler this time. When Sword Heart Intent reaches its limit, you have a swordgasm all over the screen. I'm not going to explain what that means, you already know what that means. With a Resonance Liberation, she focuses her headcanon and uses Mind Lock to dominate her enemies. Are we still playing a video game here? Sheesh! Then she releases her ultimate swordgasm on the enemies. It should have been me, not them. Qingxiao can also inflict Toon Strain on the enemies. While executing afflicted target, she launches a flurry of sword strokes to deliver a finishing blow. You think I'm the one writing all these Gooner lines, by the way? No, the devs is the one who said that. You gotta blame the base devs here, okay? Look at the character on the screen. It's not my fault. Anyways, new character, so new weapon, and not gonna lie, it's cooler than I expected up close. But being for realsies right now, okay, jokes aside, you can't really tell when she's flying around in combat a lot of the time because there were like 69 other swords that she has in her animations and whatnot, so it kind of just like blends into her and her effects a lot of the time. So I mean, don't let me tell you what to do, like base your own opinion, okay? But like pull this if it's like a meta relevant thing for you rather than like a looking cool situation. I mean, as pushed as Qing is, this weapon's probably going to be cracked, but just figured I'd be open about the aesthetics part of it, you know what I mean? And don't get it twisted, I think the sword is cool. I'm jealous. I wish I had a sword like this, okay? This is cool. I'm a sucker for swords. I'd open my mail and cut fruit with this thing like a king. But more importantly, we'll know more about the weapon stats soon because she is going to be the first banner. So the skip versus pull debate will spark up pretty soon. Okay, now on to Catman, who's nicknamed the Cat of the Netherlamp. And I just have to point out real quick off the rip here that Jingran's theme may be based on Jinn, who are quite literally genie. His theme is literally Genie of the Lamp, or Jinn of the Lamp, but they also made him a cat to evolve the theme, so Cat in the Lamp. In fact, if you split his name in half, it's literally Jinn. Hopefully that was cool and I don't look stupid because they already explained that somewhere else that I didn't know about. But anyways, everyone in the live stream chat were fighting because there was a male on the screen. So please don't release the hounds on me. I'm just letting you know who's releasing in the game, gosh darn it. But anyways, he's a fusion broadblade user. That's the big sword. Using his forte, the Nether Key art, Bro can summon a Link spirit to fight in battle, which is kind of like a ghost cat. By alternating between yin and yang, he can become offensive or defensive. His resonance skill gives him a shield, then launches a sequence of chain attacks. When Bro is in yang state, he brandishes his golden saber blade of light in dreams and anime. That last part is embellished, but I thought the super long name was kind of fun. Within this yang state effect, while he's fighting, he also leaves inkwash and builds up ki. And once the key is at max, Catman can release a special skill summoning his Link Spirit Cascote-like dude, like friend guy, that deals damage, and also transitions into the Yin state. I thought it was supposed to go Yin then Yang, but I don't know, whatever, what do I know, right? In the Yin state, Catman subscribes to Pancake Breakfast YouTube channel, and you should too. Then Jingran gains access to the Nether Key, which is like the other key, but more sparkly glowy this time. And like a VTuber face reveal, Bro breaks the fourth wall and has a full-on transition live in 4K, revealing they were LARPing the entire time. Who even is Catman anyway? As you might expect, Dog's entire playstyle changes, his lamp turns into a staff, and his ghost cat aids in battle as you accumulate more ki. Once it overflows, you can release a new special skill along with your ghost cat, which eventually takes you back to Yang state. His Resonance Liberation opens a spirit gate out of the lamp all across the battlefield and uses a portion of his HP to boost his next heavy attacks. Bro will also be releasing with a new weapon, and the aesthetic is S tier straight up. Unfortunately, we don't have a stat detail on the weapon quite yet in his second half, so we won't be able to start that whole skip versus pull debate yet, but this is certainly a cool looking big sword. We'll kind of speed run through the banners since we already know the featured units, but Dania and her weapon will be rerunning alongside Qing, which is actually huge for anyone who missed her. She released at a time where I'm sure some had to skip her at the time, right? Speaking of big reruns, Hayuki is running alongside Jingran, and that sounds just kind of rude. Like, how you gonna play homie like that, bro? People are gonna be posting fake tweets that her rerun did better than his banner. Oh my god, I can already see it now. Classic trope, but to be honest, if you had to die, it's not a bad way to go. His final resting place is between two mountains. Jokes aside, now we can get to the events. Firstly, a simulated realm combat event. It's a top-down, isometric camera angle. Definitely looks different, but we're going to be getting some pretty good rewards for sure. After completing the main story quest, you can also do some leisure events. The first one is basically you LARPing as a musician, but it's cool because Qing is there. So even if you suck, at least it looks good. And we have a returning leisure event, the second coming of Solaris, Coded Deception. This was first back in patch 2.6. You navigate these different scenes, marking anomalies along the way for rewards. We also have an exploration event coming. It gives us an incentive to explore the new region. And we have a combat event coming as well. That way, if anything gets goofed up, you can just blame your combat partner. Speaking of which, new hologram coming. You already know the drill. Get out there and beat the brakes off that goofy goober. We also have a login event. You already know what it is. Log in, push the button, get the thing. Qingxiao is hot, so we have an accessory coming into the store. It's called the White Cloud Bloom. Jing is also getting an accessory, Snowpaw, cute little feller, and it heads bobble around and is cute and adorable. But now we're on to quality of life changes. Starting in patch 3.6, your mom and I will... That's the wrong video. Starting at patch 3.6, the motorbike interface will be getting a new background system. You go to different nodes, and through main story progression, collect new backgrounds for the interface. They also claim that the navigation tracking logic has been improved so your Uber can stop going to the wrong house, as well as optimizations to the sharing functions in the game for different like photos and things like that, or like sharing accolades and whatnot. Importantly, the mailbox has been improved to hold 200 slots of mail now. Big, huge, my pockets roll deep, as well as other mailbox functionality. Now, they said that after patch 3.6, they would improve the Echo recommendation system, so I can't tell if they meant that was part of the patch or if that's coming later. Either way, it's coming soon. But maybe the most important quality of life addition in all of this is a performance update they've been meaning to implement for a long time now. And this should affect all platforms according to them, including iOS, mobile devices, PS5, and PC. Even if it might not seem like a lot to some, this could be the difference between whether some folks can even play the game or not, and that's a big deal. Better performing game with a better frame rate sounds good to me, and depending on your rig, you might even notice a larger improvement than some others. And now for a bonus round. They're also making a Linné figure, Gyadu Rise Up, and it has a motorbike. So, story continuation, a hottie for one demographic of the player base, and one for another, performance improvement, the events, and other quality of life. It's looking like a pretty good patch here. How good? Probably will ride or die on how good the story feels to play along with the new traversal and characters, but we'll just have to wait and see. If you like this kind of stuff, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.